The winemakers at Vintrendi Wines aim to create wines without rules. Wines that just taste good. Located in downtown Park Forest, Vintrendi Wines was founded by former industry professional Rick Nesbitt. While working in sales for the area's major liquor distributors, Rick realized that consumers were often confused when they began to explore the vast world of wine and wanted to fill that void. Currently, Rick serves as the CEO, winemaker, and creative engine that drives the Vintrendi Wine Company experience. In fall 2021, Rick was named one of the Chicago Defender's Men of Excellence and also Business Person of the Year by the Village of Park Forest. Since opening in fall 2017, Vintrendi Wines has expanded sevenfold and now offers a tasting room and lounge for patrons to enjoy wines and occasional entertainment. They also hold the honor of being the first licensed, Black-owned and operated winery in the state of Illinois. The Chicago Defender spoke to Rick about Vintrendi Wines, their offerings, what makes them unique in the marketplace, and his advice for small business owners and entrepreneurs. Hi, this is Danielle Sanders from the Chicago Defender, and I am in Park Forest at Vintrendi Wines. Today we are talking to the owner, entrepreneur, and Chicago Defender Men of Excellence honoree, Rick Nesbitt. Thank you so much for talking to the Chicago Defender.
Thank you, Danielle, for having me.
Well, just for those that don't know, can you tell everybody what Vintrendi Wines is?
Vintrendi is a micro winery located in South Suburban Park Forest. We produce our own wine here, bottle it, retail it, wholesale it, and offer a on-premise establishment where you can come in and enjoy our wine here, or carry it with you to your own parties and celebrations outside of our winery.
Now, you're not your typical wine company. You always talk about, some of the air of the ego that comes with wine drinking, and you really make it more relatable. Can you talk about some of the offerings that you offer, or some of the wine flavors, because they're very unique? What are some of the flavors that you offer?
Well, like you said, we like to meet our consumers where they are, and then birth them along to different styles of wines. In fact, our name Vintrendi stands for wine trends. So with that being said, there's many styles of wines in the marketplace that many consumers don't know about. Some styles have originated in other countries that I try to produce or reproduce, or take it to the next level here in our winery. We do have a lot of flavored wines, some called vine candy, which is a play on words from the word wine candy, when we were all kids.
Right.
I draw a lot of inspiration from my past, and the entire vine candy line is based on wines that are flavored like candy, like Chocolate Bliss or Toffee Temptation, things of that nature. Then we do a lot with fruit wines, 100% fruit wines. We make port style wines that actually originated in Portugal with urban spin, flavor wise and alcohol content wise. And we just try to offer the consumer something different, that as opposed to the stuffy wines that are geared on the taste buds or wine styles of someone that was brought up in Orange County, California. I was brought up in Chicago in the hundreds, and I make wines that appeal to me.
Right. From the wild.
Yes, exactly.
Now, one of the things that I love about this establishment is that it's a wonderful gathering place. You have a nice patio that you enjoy in the summer. This area where people can come and gather. You also have live music events. Can you talk about some of the things that you guys offer as a company?
Well, as you mentioned, you can come in and be seated here. We do offer a cold kitchen, dishes that are chilled. When we do have live entertainment, we let consumers bring in their own dishes, which we think, which is really a new concept for us, but it's been well received by different guests. We also offer merchandise as far as personalized labels. Take, for instance, if you wanted to have a wine made or have one of our wines labeled, with any special event that you have coming up, like a wedding or a birthday, you can have that done. We offer gift baskets, gift certificates, and we also mail order our wine across the nation in case you're in Atlanta and you wanted a bottle of Vintrendi Wines or to send a gift. You can do that with us.
Now, one of the things that you also do is you have a wine club, which is extremely popular nowadays with people like myself who want to enjoy. Can you talk a little bit about what the different offerings that you have with your wine club?
Sure. Well, here we base all of our wine styles on taste profile. So to keep it easy, we have wines in the dry and semi-sweet areas of the wine world. We have a club that addresses those wines where the consumer gets to choose 3 of our wines for $30 per month, any wines of their choice. So there's monetary value there. We also have a sweet wine club where you would receive 2 bottles of wine for $25 per month. And then we also have a wine club for our vibe wines, which are our port style wines, the 20% alcohol fruit wines, 3 for $60. So it's a lot of value monetarily, but then there are also other fringe benefits as far as pre-release access to different wines, things of that nature. And I think the beauty of our wine club is that we don't hold our customers to picking a certain wine every month. You get to choose whichever wines and save at the same time, as well as other benefits that I mentioned.
Right. Now, one of the things that I really love, you create these flavors. So these are your creations, and I always tease you that you have your apron on because you're in the back like a chemist. How do you come up with some of these, Vintrendi Vibe and Honey Rosé and Raspberry? How do you come up with these combinations?
Well, like I said, I don't think I said it, but I've been in the wine and spirits industry for 20 plus years. So I saw a lot of different things that worked and didn't work. Sometimes it might be a great product inside the bottle, meaning the wine, but let's just say the label was bad. I actually look for things that have traditionally worked and have not worked, put a spin on them, and introduce them, and in hopes that people like them. But a lot of times what I do, I might start a focus group, and it might just be friends where I let friends sample what I think is good, and I from those different choices that are presented to me, I choose what's best, based on the number of people that like a certain product, and we put it into production. But it's not without a lot of thought, because it's a lot of expense into bringing a new product to market. Even though we make them here, it's compliance issues that you have to address and formulation. It's a lot that goes into it, so it's not like a willy-nilly. I wish we could bring out a new wine every month, but actually, and the thing is, people like variety, and the thing is, if we could bring out as many as we actually formulate as fast as we could, we would. But it's a tedious process. But in order to make a product that's well received, we actually pull out all the stops to try to find what the consumer may like. Because if I were just go on what I like, that's not necessarily the best way of running a business. Right. Yeah.
Well, May is Small Business Month. We're honoring small business, highlighting and profiling small businesses. Can you talk about what inspired you to leave kind of the corporate arena and explore entrepreneurship? What was it about owning your own that drew you to this?
Oh, wow. That's really a multi-sided answer. Initially, I started looking at it as job security, because in this industry it's really volatile, where companies get bought out constantly, or brands might get switched around from distributor to distributor. Right. And, that creates a financial issue on my end. If you're selling a product one day and another distributor takes it, then you're losing a big source of your income. Looking at that, and also seeing the fact that I was building products and brands for different brand owners or manufacturers for years, and doing it really well. I was top ranked, but that doesn't necessarily save you financially when a brand leaves you. So basically, between job security and actually wanting to produce a product that I thought that I felt good about selling, because working for a distributor, they just want you to push different wines and products in the market, and it may not be the best thing in terms of the retailer or the consumer for that matter. So at the end of the day, I thought that I could do it better. Yeah, and it may not come off humble, but I'd rather take that chance for myself as opposed to being at the whim or letting the industry act on me. I actually decide to throw caution to the wind and do it on my own.
Do you have any advice for people who may be exploring ideas of entrepreneurship and starting their own businesses? Do you have any words of wisdom that you pass along to future entrepreneurs?
Sure. Start small. I think that's number one. Our original location, we were 400 square feet. I mean, you had to go outside to change your mind. It was that small.
Right.
And, I'm so glad that we didn't open up a huge shop, because we wouldn't have lasted 3 months, considering the market was brand new. We happened to be the first Black-owned winery in the state. And, to have gone out there, yes, I know what I can do, but it's a whole different aspect when you have a huge rent bill coming up every month, and you can't really pull it off. So I would say start small, know your market, and do something that you know already. I think that takes a lot of guesswork out of it, and you're more protected. Like, take for instance, if you happen to be an accountant, well, easy transition would be a accounting consultant, something along those lines. If you love it, and it's really important to love what you do, not only know it, but to love it, because at the end of the day, I could have easily just left this industry, seeing that it is a volatile industry, but I loved it. And, I'll work on my business day in and day out, and I never really get tired of it. But it was a job that I actually did love when I was working at, the bigger distributors. Yeah. And, I just put caution to the wind and used the knowledge that I gained over the years and just took my job and made it my own. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for talking to the Chicago Defender. Can you tell our audience where they can find you in person and online?
Sure. We're located at 339 Main Street in downtown Park Forest, Illinois. You can also find our wines on our website at VintrendiWines.com. Just go to the retailer section, and you can find wines that we make at different retail outlets around the Chicagoland area. And then, like I said, if you're out of state, we can mail you your wine to all but 3 states. And we're here for you. And one other thing, you can always come in and try our wines before you buy. We think that's important, because there's nothing worse than coming home after buying a $15, $20 bottle of wine and hating it.
Right.
So we encourage you to come out and do a tasting or have a couple complimentary samples on us and get to know our wines, and we'd like to see you.
This is Danielle Sanders with the Chicago Defender.